So for everyone joining us, if you haven't heard yet, or if you haven't been involved, or if you're new here, thanks for joining us on that Opto raid. We do want to talk about one of our... Oh, how are you in both of those? You've cheated. Everybody gets double the Opto for double the fun. I've made a mistake.
What did I do?
It's not,
what did I do? What did I do?
It's not you,
Probably
it's me.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I only have one Opto. My life is sad, I only have one Opto.
It was like the Brady Bunch. That's too much Opto, twice the chaos, that's for sure. But what I was saying is, if you haven't checked out yet, we've got about 8 days left in our Factor sponsorship, which is a huge thing for us, so feel free to, I think that is still it is still a command. So
Yep.
You can get it $120 off for your first month. This is not a sponsored stream, it's just wanted to mention it to all the either newcomers or maybe people who haven't been able to get to it yet.
Hi, I'm Sugar Bun and I'm an ass. Shout out
Thank
to
you
our
for
TikTok.
the Countess.
To come watch fun TikToks of us doing things like that.
Yeah, come watch TikToks that I will forever allude to as the most accurate things I've ever seen. What was that one? A pointy hat. That one gets me every freaking time. I could watch that on repeat.
A black cauldron. And you walk upon people with black robes and a pointy hat. 3 newts. Lizard tongue. Eyeballs.
God almighty. Okay, well, we are just about ready to get kicking off. Opto is in the middle of his break still, but we're going to give you a quick recap. I said I'm going to give you a quick recap of what's happened in these past few months that we've been streaming this campaign in the College of Conflict. We find ourselves in the nation of Arathio. Arathio stands as a beacon, the last surviving nation after the War on Magic over 200 years ago. At its heart is a massive capital. The city divided into rings, much like its people, divided into castes. Each ring has its own type of class of people, with the furthest rings representing the poorest citizens. And above the walled city, the spires of the Magical Academy of Strixhaven float above the ground, ancient magic keeping the school's island high above the rest of the world. Our heroes come from different rings. Celine lives in the Scraps, a rough and troubled ring of criminals and addicts and beggars. Hugh lives in the 11th ring, known as the Pipes, the heart of the system that pumps the purple liquid they call fuel or energy, but is better known by the colloquial term mist, which powers the city. Asher and Molly are twins from the 9th ring. Molly felt at home in the forest training her magic and winning pageants, while Asher left to take a position in the Holy 4th ring, known to most as the Cathedral District. Sherlock has lived his life in books, hungry for knowledge with an insatiable curiosity. He calls his uncle's museum home. The prestigious 3rd ring is home to our final party member, Sage Soulspeaker, where he is known as a gifted storyteller. These unlikely classmates, now in Class C, were labeled as the undesirables, though their sheer power shone brightly in the entry tournament. When the students were playing Capture the Flag, they lost time to the Shadowfell after being attacked by a band of rogue mage hunters and a masked individual that claimed pieces of flesh from some of the students. Despite this hiccup, the students were instructed to move along and move on with the school year, starting with finding a missing girl that Molly knew. In searching, they fought against a 4-armed man and found themselves in the Refuge, a place that should have been a haven for abandoned children and weary wanderers. But since Corbin Simic has taken over, he and his apprentices have used the Refuge as a source of lab rats that nobody would look for. Celine started experiencing sickening flashbacks, feeling like she may have lived there before. Corbin's experiments have gone far past scientific curiosity, and his experiments are now grossly mutated. Corbin asked Mist to fight them, not knowing that Celine and Mist had once lived together and had similar goals. But now that Mist has been defeated, she's promised to observe Corbin for the group and report back if anything dire is happening. After Corbin apparated away from the combat through a dimensional door, the party soon discovered that the Soul Speaker House was operating as a form of ways in which payment would be distributed to those who were needing to be paid for Corbin's misdoings. What was Corbin doing with these children? What is his final goal? And where will our heroes find themselves next? After a couple of weeks off of the Corbin mystery, with just a normal week of school, and then a victory at a demolition derby / race in which Asher quite literally just destroyed somebody's whole career by blowing up their vehicle, we find our heroes heading back to school later in the evening. Late, basically Sunday night. School starts tomorrow morning. And that's where we'll start. Oh, and there was also a rave that was a drug trip by itself. Once again, thank you all for joining us, and we really appreciate you hanging out.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Thanks, guys, for being here.
And of
I
course,
loved all of your faces.
happy birthday to Sage, aka Optometron, today.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And congratulations to his day back from streaming, first day back streaming.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing day.
Yeah.
It's been so good.
At one point, I had to work as hard as he was to get him through that Metroid mission. I was like scouring the
I wouldn't have made
internet.
it. I wouldn't have made it without you. I wouldn't have made it. I'd still be there, like looping around in circles trying to figure out what to do. So thank you, Mag, for being my Sherpa
You got it.
through the darkness.
Will one of our groups summon our Hydra?
Ah, yes.
From the Hydra.
What kind of music are we feeling for this session?
I think that'll depend on where you head first, but that is a discussion for you all to have as you are taking... I don't know, would you walk back from out of town, or are you... I know that Celine is probably trying to figure out where she's going to store this motorcycle, because I don't think you would be cleared to bring it up to the school, seeing as that would take someone who can fly it up there. But...
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a run back to my hideout just to drop off some things, and if that means that I have to leave my new baby at home, then I will.
You all notice that Celine is dangerously attached to this motorcycle already.
She loves it.
How do we normally travel back and forth between the rings
Depends
and school?
on you got a carriage basically anytime your parents were involved, the Callaways. But typically people walk, and it's not a short process. You can pretty much get a Uber or like a carriage anytime you want to. Once you get up to about the 10th ring, they won't go out to the scraps really unless they're paid in exorbitant amount. I will say that since you all rode out with Shorty on the motorcycle or on the buggies and whatnot, that she would have brought you back to her workshop. So you're technically within the 11th ring right now, the factory district. So it's y'all's call as to where you're heading next.
Which ring are we in now?
Probably the 11th, where Shorty's shop is, factory district.
Well, 12 is not close to anything, so I'll probably need to go there before we go anywhere else, because otherwise we'd be backtracking.
That's
We're a very far walk away from the school. Can we just maybe walk to the 10th ring and then ask our parents if we can get a carriage up back into the city? Because I'd rather not walk all that way.
Wait, they can just give you a carriage just like that?
Or we just borrow one.
I mean, we have horses, and
And farms.
you know, I used to go to the fourth ring pretty often to for my studies, so it's
Sorry, it's just the idea of being in the carriage, like being carried away and over the dirt. Just, I don't know.
well, I'm not exactly going to burrow into the dirt, so I don't understand what your point is.
Never mind.
I find it ironic as God that she's wielding a motorcycle as she.
I was also kind of like, wait a minute.
Math.
Judging my horse and buggy while you got a whole ass magic motorcycle thing.
Yes, well, she's very proud of that. She does. It's just that she's never seen people be able to like just, oh, I'll just get the carriage to take me to where I need to go. First of all, people don't have to go that far because they're all in one area anyway.
Yes, but again, we are trying to go back to the school right now, so we are not in the area that we need to be. And you're welcome, by the way, for your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Well, it was a well-won victory.
I would agree with you on that.
Come on, that was totally awesome. You guys saw those dwarves fall, right?
Yeah, but wasn't one of those people from our school?
No, I think there were a bunch of nobles and stuff.
One of them was
one
very
was from
much
our
a
school.
member of your school. He was a junior, but there was only one or two that you think were members of the school. Some of the rest, like you said, were more like nobles who.
I guess just random like races and stuff that were kind of around.
Yeah, and some people also didn't have magic and just depended on their sheer ability to drive, and that didn't end well for them. So, however, so you're heading to the 12th ring first, is that right?
I guess so.
I'd like to, but if they've got other ideas.
I mean, what are we gonna do with your motorcycle?
Exactly.
Shorty
Cool,
will
so
offer
it's-
that you can keep it here if you need to, but doesn't matter to.
I'll vouch and say she's trustworthy.
She looks at you like, please. I've known her for quite some time. I still can't believe that she has siblings at all.
Neither can I.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I feel like y'all are talking about me like I'm not here, but you still haven't left my shop, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think it might be better if I leave this here because it would probably get stolen in my hometown, and I'm not really into the idea of my family just being like, we'll just take it for a joyride. Why not?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll work out a renting procedure.
Or selling it. They might try to sell it. Yeah, no, it's staying here.
Okay, we can do that. Just when you come pick it up next time, I'll tell you how much you owe me because you're using my storage areas.
Fine.
That's
That
right.
sounds like it could become expensive.
Well, I do have a job now.
Also, you all made tons of money this past, like in regards of any other sort of situation. Probably the only people who've seen this much money would be Sage and then maybe Asher and Dewdrop, but that'd be like only after like a big bull sell or something like that.
We all got a bunch of platinum.
Pageant.
We got like 10 platinum
I
pieces.
always forget that people win money for pageants. That's astounding to me. Yes, yeah, 10 platinum each.
You're not actually talking to Asher, but somehow he's also like, yeah, I never quite understood it either.
Alright, so do you still want to go to ring 12 for any reason?
I feel like I still need to because I need to drop off the money for the kids and also let them know that we're going back
Okay.
Also, she looks at Molly. I would prefer you and Sherlock be around the next time I try to talk to Gareth.
I think that would be a smart idea.
That's totally understandable.
I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid, but I'll find out.
I think it's okay to be paranoid in the situation we're in right now. Just
We don't
so much
know his
information.
yet, so
And y'all got drugged a couple weeks ago. I don't know about that either, so I don't trust nobody anymore.
We're fine from that.
That doesn't matter. 1 minute I was dancing with. Anyway, 1 minute I was dancing.
dancing with who?
And the next minute I hear a little bit of a tussle, and I see y'all. So I don't know.
I don't know what happened. I just know I almost killed a man.
You did almost just flat kill a man.
Almost slaughter a man. Yes.
First time.
Killed a guy.
Kind of glad I don't remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sherlock almost killed a guy.
Okay, so you all head towards the 12th ring. It's not too far because Shorty would have her workshop closer to the 11th ring versus being closer to the fuels, which give off a lot of heat and possible radiation. And so I'd say it's only like a 20-minute walk at most to get to your, I guess you can call it an abode.
It's
an abode.
Yeah, it's our hideout.
Or is it an Adobe?
It's a different
it's a
thing.
Hideout. It doesn't look like a house or anything. It's kind of
it's ruins. So you arrive. You do not see Gareth initially. You see Coda sitting at a desk, which there's not been a desk here, so to speak, outside of Gareth's office, but he's like kind of makeshift gathered some things, and he's going over the notes, and he starts to run right up to you, Celine, but you watch as he runs right past you and right up to Sherlock and says, I have some questions, like a lot of questions, like you
so
give
you've
me.
Been reading what I gave you.
Yes, I have, and I found some notes in here that I'm not a good liar, and there's some nerve-wracking stuff in here.
Well, we can go discuss that here in a little bit. We got some business. Quick, Coda.
Okay.
Talk to you.
Okay.
Talk to you.
With who? Or with Gareth? Gareth isn't here right now. It's kind of late. He went out on one of his meetings. It's a Sunday night. He normally does those. Sorry.
Hey, out of character real quick.
Yeah.
Celine still hasn't told like the whole group about the Gareth stuff, right?
No, not in character at least. She's told Sherlock and she's told Molly.
I mean, like, so they're really the only ones that know anything about it.
Yes,
in character. Okay,
yeah.
Just making sure.
You do, with your passive insight, though, you see that Coda's not acting worried as much as he is excited, but that boy is terrified about something that he read in Sherlock's notes. And so you're not certain what that might be. Sherlock has written a lot of notes about a lot of things, so... But he does seem very off-put right now. Coda says, do you want me to get Jess or somebody else? Like I said, Gareth's going to be out for, I don't know.
Who's he meeting with?
We don't ask those questions. You know that.
You should.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that one of you hasn't tried following him once.
That's why I said, do you want me to get Jess? What are you doing?
I kind of nudge Celine real quick. And like kind of say, like whisper to her, like, would this be a time for a possible zone of truth?
It would be if he were here.
Oh, I'm not there with you.
No, he meant she meant if Gareth were here, but I think Asher is proposing you zone of truth, Coda.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't think he'd be honest. He doesn't. I don't think he would.
Well, that is good because I also just remembered that I prepared a different spell.
I was gonna say, if you had Zone of Truth prepared for the demolition derby, I want to see what your plan was.
Right?
Like
yeah, I'm like, as I said it, I was like, I just forgot that I don't have that spell prepared.
I forgot.
It was in that moment Asher understood. He had fucked up.
So I'm glad you don't need it. Carry on.
Didn't we ask?
Yeah, and we need Jess.
Okay.
Yeah, we asked Jess to follow Gareth.
Yes,
so
you did.
Jess.
Jess comes out from what looks like one of the, areas that is like close enough to a bedroom. She says, I just put some of the kids down. What do you need, Celine?
I need to know what's going on with these meetings.
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I told you like a week or two ago that I didn't know where he was going.
You were gonna follow him.
Follow him? Oh, no, I don't remember saying that.
He got to her too.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember seeing where he went?
I mean, tonight he had inwards on foot like he always does.
No, I mean, do you remember running into him for a unknown reason out further in than he should be?
Oh, we did have a mission in the second ring a few nights ago. No, a week ago, I guess. Yeah. Sunday night, I went with him to a mission to find this guy. There's something out there it's weird, Celine. Some people are being immolated. It's scary. Like, I'm talking just Ash left kind of a thing. And so he didn't want me to come with him, but I came anyway, because you know how I am.
Uh-huh.
And when we were there, I saw somebody just get evaporated, and he told me to run, and so, I wasn't gonna let somebody evaporate me. You gotta look out for number one and whatnot. And so I ran, and then he came home a few hours later. That's what I remember, at least.
Do you remember what the job was?
Like I said, I think we were trying to stop this guy who's using his magic or whatever to immolate people from doing that. I was kind of confused on that, because, we don't take jobs like that too often. But,
No.
Oh, I do, and I'm gonna roll a dice here. I'm gonna give her advantage, because you're leading her really well. Objection. Leading.
Hearsay.
Okay, she rolled a natural 19. So you watch as she bends over for a second and really holds tight to her head, and kind of it hurts for a minute, and she cries out in pain. She looks back up and she says, I remember there was another man there. He had ears like Gareth does, but he was really tall and had this sigil on his collar. And she starts to, you watch a little blood trickle out of one of her ears, Asher. You notice that first. And at that point, she goes a little limp, and you kind of catch her, Celine.
I'm gonna quickly get out my healer's kit.
Okay.
Did she go unconscious or anything?
She's not yet, but something is severely hurting her as she's trying to push these memories out.
Sorry.
You're good. I think you just
roll. Are you gonna healer's kit her?
Yeah.
Or
Did that roll in?
I think you roll a d10.
It's a D10 plus.
Yeah.
It's not letting me not look at it anymore for some reason. There it is. A D6 plus 4.
D6 plus, so yeah, max of 10. That's what it was.
Plus additional HP equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
Got it. Okay. So roll your d6, and I will tell you how much that heals her for.
I already
Ooh,
did.
nice, 10. So a total of 12. No, sorry, a total of 13. So you watch as like the blood's still there, obviously, but it doesn't continue to pour, and she reaches to. She grabs at Coda, not like in a grabby, like scary way, but like give me some of your paper kind of way, and she starts to scrawl down this signet. And anyone who wants to roll me a history check or a religion check can do so.
Mine are both bad, so I guess I'll just throw out some history.
I got a 20.
Nice.
I got a 6.
6.
Well, will the different rolls get us different
Yes,
information?
they will. Yes, they will.
Can I try a religion check too?
No.
Well, okay, so Sherlock already did history, so I'll go religion.
I'm glad that Sage threw in an Arcana roll just in case. One of those good
Just in
old
case.
fashioned.
It was real good. It was a good roll.
It
though.
was a good roll.
I only got 11 or
I clicked the wrong button.
Well, I'm gonna give you something for that because it is a good roll. History wise, you know that this is the sigil that was associated with a very old mine that used to exist before Arathio proper was created. It was a diamond mine that a cult took over. But this was like the sigil of the mine, like the company that owned that mine to begin with. You also know with a 20 on your history that the cult soon took that sigil for their own, as it was around and the company had died off with lack of ability to use their diamond mine. I will say, Sage, with that Arcana check, you definitely recognize that some of the patterns in there of this symbol have been altered over time to have some sort of like words disguised in the symbol kind of thing, which leads to Celine, you know this inherently as a thief who speaks thieves' cant, that it says the gallant's eyes, or no, sorry, the gallant eye is the name of this cult. And the symbol is very eye-like, but you, like, Sherlock probably would either take the paper and, like, draw what the full symbol was, which was, like, it was like a big eye that had, like, a diamond in the middle and all this, like, fancy artwork that said Talon Brothers Mines above, and they basically got rid of the Talon Brothers Mines, got rid of the diamond, replaced it with some sort of arcane symbol that translates to gallant, and you know, have taken this for their own name. With a religion check of 11, there is not a lot of religion like depicted here, but you do recall at some point in the refuge's basement with some of the bones that were down there, seeing this symbol on one of the gravestones.
I'm sorry, say that again?
In the refuge that used to be a, like, cremation, not a creamery, that would be a really weird word for that. Crematorium. Yeah, that is the right word.
Creamery. Yum.
It's disgusting. That used to be a creamery, a crematorium that the bodies were in. You do recognize that one of the priests had this symbol, like, in their name, and you kind of just figured it was like a stylized O for their name, but it looks like that symbol, like, kind of took the place of that. You also feel like there is more religious connection here, but you're not certain about what it may be.
This is the diamond mine symbol you're saying?
Yes, correct.
Was part of one of the priest's names. Okay.
Well, it was like, it's kind of like when you would use a heart instead of a letter in a name.
Yeah, like you're dotting your I or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Man, seems like he really just kind of laid it out there, huh? Like, if anyone knew the symbol, like, hey, just here's a big old clue for you guys.
Yeah.
put in my name all the time.
It's arrogant.
Yeah. So with that,
They'll never catch me.
Yeah, so I say like I've seen this symbol somewhere before. It seems that we're finding more and more connections to the refuge every day.
You guys, are we about to dig up this grave?
Uh,
Hello.
No grave.
It was a tombstone.
It was
right?
the same symbol that was on the tombstone.
I thought there was.
well, I mean, yeah, but it was on his tombstone. There should be a grave or something where it keeps the remains, maybe a pot instead. But that is.
Could go find an urn that has a pot in a creamery. Sorry, crematorium.
So what did it say in Thieves' Cant?
The Gallant's Eye.
That's
and like we know of some kind of family named the Gallants, or is it like brothers or something?
I think the only person who would make a relationship to the Gallant is Celine, and that's for secret reasons, so I will not share. But no, the old they were called the Talon Brothers Mine, so you're not really sure why it would be called the Gallant Eye, but that's probably something more the cult developed over.
Isn't that also Garrett's thief name?
It is.
What wasn't that also the painting that I saw when Sage went with his father?
In
that
Simic,
one
yeah,
night?
in the Simic household, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I know nothing.
Oh, so many connections.
I love it. I'm so happy right now.
Why would
Like the Illuminati.
Molly, this is what happens when you spend your life just looking pretty on the stage and making money for that.
I don't want to hear
Do
it.
you
Number
guys
12.
recognize this?
I do. I saw that same symbol on a painting that when I went with my father to that one house.
What
Would I
house?
have
The Simic household would be the only one
In
that.
the Simic house. Yeah.
Wait. So it's not. Is it a Simic sigil?
It is
kind of
not the
thing?
Simic sigil, no. There's a very evident Simic sigil that looks like a spiralized green and blue pattern called the Conflux.
Perhaps we go and do some research on this symbol.
Those
And-
dirty crystal liquors.
I don't have anything on it.
It
Find
says,
more about this mine.
It says Gallant Eye. And it's a language. It's Thieves' Cant.
So they must have had some thieves or rogues of some sort working for them. Perhaps.
Sherlock, can you read this?
Gallant is Garrett's name.
I mean, I don't think I.
Never trusted him.
Yeah, so Thieves' Cant is not a language, so to speak. It's more of a cryptic speech. So it's like if you were to want to tell someone you're meeting at midnight and you said the tide is low or something like that, that would be how Thieves' Cant works. On paper, it's more like symbolism. And so, yeah, no, that's not something that comprehend language would help you understand.
Not of ideas.
Yeah, it's coded language. It's not a language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the eagle has left the
We
nest.
are in a library.
They're hieroglyphics. You have to be.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
library?
Y'all aren't yet. You're still in the 12th ring right now, and it's getting closer to 11 or 10 or 11 right now.
You
Man,
guys,
am I the
hate
one
to
on
do that.
drugs now?
Y'all do realize we have to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, if we're gonna make it back, we probably need to go.
Wait, before y'all go, somebody's got to explain this to me. Sherlock, these notes say something about people taking other people's memories?
We gotta go.
Yeah, that's something that's still a work in progress. I haven't quite figured that out yet.
And in a moment, kind of as like an act of an attempt to reach out to you, you hear a voice in your head.
Sherlock?
And Sherlock, you hear a voice in your head. and you hear it's Coda's voice, and it's like an inner voice. It's less intellectual, and it's more like crying out for help. He says, "What if I think this is happening to all of us? What do I do? How do I protect us? They're my siblings." And you recognize that he has cast a message on you.
Mm-hmm. I can reply back.
Yes, you may.
Can it? So you are aware that something's happening around.
Well, and he'll say this out loud because he doesn't really think about what he just did. He probably doesn't even realize what he just did. But he says, well, it's, and he looks around and he kind of smiles half-heartedly at Jess and Celine, and he's like, I've got a very specific type of memory. I remember a lot, almost everything. And so when they don't line up, it's just really evident to me. And this isn't like a hit on Celine or Jess. They just don't, like, they don't know any better because he's really good at it, but there's things that don't make sense. And so I've always wondered a little bit, but you know, if we speak out of line or whatnot, it's not great. And so I'm worried for everyone here.
So you don't think he's doing it to protect you?
No, it's almost always to like make us forget something bad or to keep us in line. Jess especially has a bad habit of going out and doing these things that she's not supposed to. And so it's not so much like, it's more of like controlling in a protective way, but it's still not fair.
It's not fair.
And so it's just,
I know if how long this has been going on. I mean, I'm sure.
What do you
some poor
remember?
memory-
What's missing? What made you think this?
well, you know, I came here when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
And there were 2 other kids your age here when I got here.
My age?
Uh-huh.
I'm the oldest one.
No.
You mean Jess?
No, I don't. I mean Titus and Cal. Or well, Cam, I guess, is what we changed her name to. Titus was this really big, strong man, but he stood up to Gareth too often. And Cam, for Chameleon, was this person we'd never seen before. She could change her face and what she was wearing, and she said it wasn't like magic, it was just who she was. It was something she could do. And so, you know, Gareth saw a lot of promise in that, and then obviously you were who you are, being amazing like you are, Celine. And so when he saved you from the refuge, he saved those 2 too. I guess. I mean, or he recruited you separately. But no, there were 3 of you when I showed up. Titus was only here for about 2 years, I guess, after that. And then, sorry?
Where'd he go?
He kept getting, it's hard to remember all of it, because I really think he just removed all the memories we had of Titus and Cam completely. But like I said, when things don't fit together, I kind of try to write the story myself. So these might not be all accurate. I might not be right on some of it. But it's like, I remember he used to get in fights with the guards and things like that, because they would, you know, act so much bigger, and it wasn't great. And so I guess one night he got arrested, and I'm guessing either we never got him out because he was causing trouble for the group, or he was sent away for killing guards, or he died in a fight with some guards. Like I said, I don't remember exact things. I just remember these people, these faces. Like, pictures are easier than like exact things. And then Cam, I know, just ran away.
Does Celine herself remember any of this?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw as he's going through these details. Uh,
8.
Yep. You'll take 13 points of psychic damage
Oh.
as you see the same stream of blood kind of start pouring out, much more viscerally pouring out of Celine's ear. And
Now I only have so much healing. Can y'all need to stop?
and you do see in your mind's eye a image of a tall, strong, about probably 7 or 8 months older than you man, and for some reason that's Titus. You remember Titus. He lived by an oath of protection to those around him, anyone smaller than him. And you remember a lot of faces, but primarily this really strange, hairless, like opaque, skinned, almost like totally this tealish blue skin. And you remember that she had called herself a doppelganger at one point. Cam. Welcome in, Hugh. Cam, that one day just transformed and went her own way. Because it's impossible to track someone who can be anyone.
I don't know how she'd react to this. First of all, she's in a lot of pain. She's at 7 hit points. Second of all...
Okay, I got you. Excuse me, while I work on you as you talk. Go ahead, keep going.
Just keep going. She pulls out the patch.
How?
I get out the giant band-aid.
So you get 9 healing plus whatever level you are, because that's how many hit die you have.
Level 5.
9 healing plus... what?
5, so 14.
Thank you. I remember them, strangely. It's like they're like I dreamt them.
Yeah, that's how it started for me when I was trying to put the pieces back together. You remember when I was really sick as a kid? Like really sick?
Yeah.
I think that might have been what it was. Because every time Jess or someone tries to remember, they start to hurt a lot. And I don't think that's intentional of him either. I think that's just part of the magic.
I'm sorry.
Question is, how much of what I know is real? I don't...
Well, according to Sherlock's research here, if he is taking memories and things, they have to go somewhere. Like into vessels. Isn't that right, Sherlock?
Yeah, there has to be something holding the memories. They can't disappear.
So he's got to have our memories somewhere, and if we get them back, then, you know, we'll know. We'll know what the truth is. And I've been snooping around some, but I'm just me. I'm not strong or fast like y'all are. I'm just kind of smart. Which I guess is a good thing too, but I wish I could be strong and fast.
Like me.
Yeah, but you're also a cool owl person.
You're the brains of
I'm
the
not very
operation,
strong.
Coda.
Okay, that's fair.
The mastermind.
I'm pretty cool.
I like that. I'll get my name soon. Can I take Mastermind?
Sure.
Cool. Y'all
So
need to
we
be on
need-
your way though. It's getting late.
Yeah, we need Odin and Jess to kind of keep tabs going. Since we didn't get to here.
Okay.
Oh, we've got race music now.
At this point,
Oh, in the
Gareth shows
background.
up with 18
This is the
knives
music that
floating
plays as we
around.
try to rush back to school.
Yeah.
Darting
That's
back.
very fire.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You see, like, the fire on my head going up and down as if it was like an equalizer thing, like to the beat.
That's good. Okay, so you all head back
Make
to
a
the
cool
school.
beat,
As you get
DJ.
within ring 10, it's about 11:30 at night. if you want to knock on your parents' door, or you could try to hail a cab of some sort.
Mama!
You hear the clip-clop of her heels as she's put them on from sleeping.
She gets out of bed and puts heels on.
It takes about 10 minutes because she has to do at least a foundation layer.
Also, Hugh pops in. He's kind of like, I've been here the whole time.
Mama!
1 minute.
I've been here.
Mama!
1 minute.
Mama!
Okay, I'm coming. And she clops on down. Says, "Why are y'all up at 11:30 in the evening? I was already asleep."
Yes, Mother, we happened to be on an assignment from the school, and it found us out here in the outer rings. But as you know, we do have class tomorrow, and I was wondering if you could let us use one of the carriages to get back to school, as it would be a very long walk right now. And even, as bright of a light that I shine, I do feel that us traveling this late at night would not be in our best interest.
Oh, okay. Are you you want a driver as well, or are you planning to drive it yourself, Asher?
We are getting a driver. I don't trust none of these people to drive no more.
I could drive.
No.
I believe Hugh is proficient with vehicles.
Actually, Hugh did drive pretty well.
Hugh drove pretty well in
I mean,
what?
it was a straight line.
He's just in the race.
In his driver's test. His driver's test.
What race?
She means his driver's test, Mama.
Why are you referring to yourself in the third person as a she rather than I?
No, I didn't say
Celine
race.
said it.
Oh, you just said he drove pretty well. I thought you were saying the whole thing. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, well, we'll send 2 drivers to pick it up in the morning if you leave it outside the Great Wall of the Third Ring, and you have to send 2 drivers because one of them will drive the other one down, and then you pick the car up, and there need to be 2 drivers within the first carriage.
Yes, Mother. I believe we understand.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, the comment stripper slippers about killed me, Countess. I'm just gonna say that. So, y'all have a carriage. It takes about 2 hours or so to get to the inner rings with a fast horse-drawn carriage. I'm not going to make Hugh roll or anything. He knows how to drive. And so you arrive at the third wall, and you are met with guards who are currently sleeping in their little booths that normally guard the doors. There's 2 guys. They are both out. It's like 1:30 in the morning.
Are the gates closed?
No.
Oh, well then.
Let's go in.
Okay.
Ain't no toll if there ain't no guy there.
Take some pictures to send to their management.
Not wrong.
And so y'all get in. There's this one guy that is currently working the.
That was the hardest puzzle we've ever done.
There's one guy who's currently working. They really do. These are the inner walls. This one guy who is working the reverse gravity spell currently is sitting there with his hands ready to do it, and he's like, "Oh man, y'all are up late."
Yeah, didn't expect to be out this late.
Well, it's
We
good.
had things to do, people to see.
Well, it's good that you made it back this early. I can do this, and he channels some magic into it, and the runes start to glow again, and you are lifted into the air. No one needs to make saving throws anymore. You've done this 4 or 5 times, and you all are
How
able.
high up is it again?
Like 200 plus feet.
I hold my skirt down.
Oh god.
We're flying upward, aren't we?
Yes, you are. Yes, you're.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
She pulls her skirt up. No, it's kidding. When we get within 30 feet of the school or the landing or whatever, I just misty step the rest of the way. And then I wait for everyone at the top.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like all the way to your bedroom. I was like, how many castings of that you got? No, okay,
No,
I got you.
just
Just to
30 foot
land.
misstep
Got
to the
you.
rest of it.
That makes sense. The guy on the other
And I'm
side is
"Y'all
like,
are slow."
yeah, the guy on the other side who watches this side kind of like falls down as it's 1:30 in the morning and somebody's misty stepped right next to him. He's like, name, sorry, and he stands up.
Asher Calloway, I believe the only one in the school that is on fire.
Look, I don't know you from Adam or whoever was the first progenitor of this world. So,
Well, sir, I am starting to question that myself. But anyway, my name is Asher Calloway.
okay, thank you. And he puts down
No
a
relation.
note. Says, and he says, the rest of you, and he takes all your names really quick, unless some of you are not willing to give your names to a campus security individual. Okay. Alright, you all head back to your rooms, and since you all share rooms, it's not like you have to disturb a roommate or anything. So you make it back fine. And the night comes, and the next day arrives. Who is the earliest waker from each independent room?
No doubt.
Okay,
Probably Asher between the two.
that makes sense.
I mean, Hugh's got to get up and do some workouts because he's got to keep fit to mash things with a hammer. So
And eat all the sandwiches that he
Alright,
does.
so you both are early
Hugh
people.
gets up to work out, and Asher gets up to like pray.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so you all hear at about 7 a.m. in the morning a knock on your door.
Uh-oh.
I've been awake. I've been putting my beauty face on, so I just dawdle over to my door.
Okay.
Celine's not
What
even
is
moving,
it?
Molly.
Wait, Hugh, would you mind getting that?
Morning person.
No, not even kinda.
He doesn't normally do the cooking either.
I will see you guys bright and early at the crack of noon. Okay.
So Asher goes to the door or Hugh goes to the door. Who was it?
I think he would probably let Asher go to the door first.
Okay.
I feel like Asher was also like cracking his one eye from praying, like seeing if Hugh would get the door.
Oh, okay.
So there's a moment of pause, and there's a second knock on y'all's door.
All right, I'm going. He will go get the door.
Okay, so Hugh, Molly, and Sherlock, you all are met with the same individual. This happens is separate by like 10 or 5 or 10 minutes, depending on where you're at. And you see someone you haven't met yet. A long-cloaked, black-haired individual that you all relatively quickly recognize as not the dean, but the vice dean. Her name is Liliana, Countess Liliana.
Oh.
And she is one of the head of House Black. I believe third in line currently. And she knocks on the door, and when you open it each, she says, Hugh, I have a question.
Hey.
We have some issues going on currently.
Okay.
And seeing as you and your fellow classmates are the only students who are not of noble birth, I have been delivered to come talk to you all, and the dean is going to go talk to your other class, the other half of Class C, seeing as you all are in a group. So when you have a moment, I will wait in the common room. I'm going to go talk to each of your respective classmates, and then I will explain what is going on. Do not worry, you are not in trouble yet, at least. And
I thought we were in trouble.
that is okay. I could understand that. I am the vice dean, and I am very
making a house call.
Yes, it's not normal, but something is going on, and so.
All right. Well, I'll get Asher. We'll meet you out there in a second then.
Thank you. Next person.
Hey, Asher. I think there's gonna be.
Our Father who art in heaven.
Yeah. You like see me like muttering some words.
He's gotta finish.
This is a place of no anger. So, Vice Principal was here, I think, and we gotta go talk with everybody else about a problem they're having, which means I'm probably gonna have to get the wrench. So I'm gonna get the wrench. I'll meet you out there.
Yeah, certainly bring the wrench. I'm starting to sense a little bit of a pattern here. But very well. I'll see you out there.
All right.
Okay. I think the next room would be Molly's, and so 7 a.m. you've already probably got all your makeup done, trying to pick out outfit for the day. And she, sorry. Did it not do my gif? I'm gonna scream like a toddler. I'll handle it later.
I'm gonna make you a sticker that says "Scream like a toddler."
That should be one of my emotes for the Lightkeepers, because I say it so often. But she knocks on your door, and you see probably one of the most, like, well put together people. You respect her immediately via her, like, regalia that she's wearing. She's wearing, like, a full business suit up top, a long, like, black dress that is very form-fitting, and she looks like she could win a pageant in about 12 minutes if she wanted to. And so...
Ooh, some competition?
No, she is a older woman, but she would be in a different age department. But
like,
she says...
she's like an older
Is that a
woman
different
who's
age
like...
group, okay?
She says,
she's an older woman who's like really taking care of herself.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. She says, is there Molly Calloway and Celine here?
Oh, why, yes, I am Molly Calloway. My roommate is, she's resting.
I liked that. Oh, it's resting. She looks at you and says, well, if you could do me a favor, and don't lose an eye while you do this, but if you could wake her, I'm going to be waiting in the common room for you and your fellow kinmen to get up for the morning. I know it's early, and I know that I'm the vice dean, so this could be a panic-causing issue.
You are perfectly fine.
Okay.
You are perfectly fine.
Well, thank you all.
She's gonna burst out the door.
Don't ruin my moment!
And she looks at you and she says, very nice outfit you have on. And she walks away.
Thank you. And she, like, very gently closes the door, and then, like her mama's own heels, you hear that click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, until Molly is pounding on the door. And she is just, now Celine, the roosters are crowing today. You need to get up. It is time to go. We have things to do.
Can I throw a pillow at her? What do I roll for that?
Your door's still closed, but I don't think that would stop you, so I'll let you roll a d20 at disadvantage and see if you hit the closed door.
Nah, it's only if she breaks in that I'm gonna throw it.
Okay, got you.
I'll ready an action.
There's a ready pillow throw action.
Also, what does Molly's outfit look like today?
Molly's outfit today is a pleated plaid skirt. She has a nice button-up white shirt with a big frilly bow tied, like, real neatly. She also has some, like, pins in her little, like, the edges of her collar. And she's got some nice stockings, some white over-the-knee socks. And she's, of course, got some Mary Janes, but they're heeled Mary Janes because, duh.
So you look like Daphne from Scooby-Doo, just like hanging out.
Almost, yeah.
And then cutting to the other room as Molly fights the door fight.
Yeah.
Sherlock, you are met with a light knock on the door.
I guess I'll answer it.
Okay. You see
Get up a waddle over there.
You see the as described before. You would know this to be the vice dean of the school, also known as Liliana or Countess Liliana because she is of a noble house. And she looks at you and she says, "Young Sherlock, is young Master Soul Speaker in here currently?"
Hey, good morning. Yeah, he's still asleep.
Okay.
Did you need something with him?
I need something with all of you. You're not in trouble. Don't worry. I figured that out quickly when I talked to Hugh. He got very apprehensive, and his skin started to sweat, which is just not allowable.
He's
and so
Skin's not allowed to sweat.
Not in the beauty world. And she says, we have an issue going on, and long story short, because you all are, besides young Master Soul Speaker, but he's part of your group, so I feel like he can be more unaligned here, because you are all not of a noble birth and not of a house specifically, we want to get your opinions and get your input and get what has happened this past week that you've been around school from you, because there is something fearful happening. And so I will be in the common room. I'll speak with you 6, and the dean is going to speak with the other 6, Griffiro and his whole class. So I'll be in there. You take your time getting ready and whatnot, and I know that it will take a moment to awake young Master Soul Speaker. So whenever you are ready, your classes will be canceled today, by the way. But that does not mean
we never
you can
have classes.
Yes.
We hurried back to class, back to school last night, only to not have class.
Woo!
We literally never go to class. You know how like
Stage like
Shout
kind of
out
hears
to,
that and he's like, so you guys are good at the meeting, I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Can we please talk about like when we watched if anybody has watched Dimension 20's Fantasy High, that they're never in class. This is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
That's
trope
like, I
of
feel like
any
that's
sort of.
I feel like that's any high school TV show nowadays. They're never in class.
That's true.
It's because class is
I
boring.
guess to wake up
Yeah,
stage and
that's very good.
getting ready, but like not being mindful of how much noise I'm making. So like you hear drawers opening and shutting and like stuff shuffling around.
I like that you're just like shuffling and I'm literally pounding on the door.
So was that in an attempt to wake Sage, but not let him know that you were attempting to wake him? Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get close to him while he's sleeping.
That's fair. Sage, you hear shuffling from all around your shared room with Sherlock, and you are definitely awakened by this.
They're awake, yeah.
Oh, hey, good morning.
I guess I'll join you guys.
So you heard. Great.
I did. I heard there was some sort of meeting in the common room, and not to be worried, but we all have to be there, which sounds kind of worrying.
Right.
So, yeah. But did I hear class was canceled too?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Nice. I am gonna take a nap after this meeting.
I have a feeling that's not gonna happen.
Quick shout out in between any sort of game talk to Red Mage, who is about to get the Discord channel Tools and Links renamed to Red Mage's Tools and Links, for helping us set up these new cameras. Awesome. So, with that, you all in your own time. I'm supposing there's some sort of very large delay in which Sage and Celine take to get out. But you all find yourself.
It includes a really loud slam door from our dorm of Molly going, "Leaving you here!" and then stomping down the hallway.
But you all find yourself in the common room, and you see that the dean has, or the vice dean has taken one of the larger chairs, and just kind of is sitting in it like it's a board chair kind of a situation. She's adjusted 6 chairs around the room to kind of more adequately fit to where she could see you all at the same time.
I don't like the look of this.
Well,
Starting to look like a panel from one of my pageants. I don't know about that.
we're all here.
Is there coffee?
Oh,
I know she said we weren't going to be in trouble, but this really does feel like.
we're so in trouble.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
It's like when someone says, "I'll talk to you later."
Right.
We need to have
And she's
talk.
like, you don't have to go to class anymore because you guys don't go here anymore.
Or just, "We need to talk." That's a good
We
one.
need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Them are fighting words.
Oh, we've long rested, haven't we? Because
Yes,
we
you
slept
have long
last night.
rested. You may
Yay.
all heal.
So while we're talking here, I feel like I probably redid my spells
Yeah, feel
this
free.
morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix some spells.
I will allow
I
it.
already did. I proudly already did.
Man, I'm going to fix some spells. Look,
That's
I'm
the
done.
first for me. Please, DM Master Guy, be proud of me.
I am proud of you.
Be proud of me.
I do like catnap though. That's pretty dope.
Spell is so good for like a warlock class. It's just like, free spells. I will. Yes, thank you.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay.
So what are we doing in this?
Yes, so you all
Meeting
find your
point.
seats, and she looks at you all and says, I'm sure you don't have any clue why I have invited you out here, so I will start by explaining, and then you all can take a moment to let that sink in, and then even take another moment to kind of think about if you've seen anything or heard anything or have any opinions on what might be going on.
Ooh, I always have an opinion on something.
I am hoping so. And you notice that she's like, for a moment, like she's relaxed, but then her ears kind of perk, and she's like kind of looking you all dead in the eye, kind of in less of a, or in game terms, she's actively like being very insightful towards you all on your truth of the matter. And she looks at you and she says, now, I want to start off by saying this is not an accusation to you all, and I know it's going to feel like an accusation to you all. It is not. We do not assume that any of you honestly are powerful enough to do what has been done.
Who died?
Many people, actually. 3.
Alrighty.
And so, about 2 weeks ago, there was an individual, a student here. You may have noticed that there are some missing posters for him, but we do believe we figured out what happened. One Alrund Guth, House of White, nobleborn, was still not found. I don't believe we'll find him at all, but has been missing for, like I said, I think 2 weeks. After that, we were alerted, we were alarmed, but sometimes people just leave. They want to get out of this mess of school. They don't want to go after their parents, like Heritage or whatnot. They go join a circus or something. And so, we didn't do anything. We obviously put signs up and whatnot, but, like, we did not look into it. Last week, Orin Windbreaker went missing as well. Third born of the House of Green. Yes, I know Windbreaker is a funny last name. I'm proud of you all.
No, respectable.
We obviously wouldn't make fun of someone's life when they're missing. That would be
maybe dead.
Uncouth.
Is his first name Tube Socks and Sandals?
No, it's Orin.
Okay.
Real quick, Brian. Let me just gonna ask something here.
Okay.
And you can tell me how far off base I am.
Yeah.
If I need to roll a history check, that's cool too. The Callaway farm thing.
Yes.
That happened. How long ago was that?
So you had a week of school, and then you had a week of school after that. No.
Okay.
So that was about two and a half weeks ago.
Okay.
Total.
All right. And the House White missing student has been gone for 2 weeks.
Well, two and a half weeks would have been your initial break into the refuge. More like 2 and a couple of days would have been your fight with Mist and your.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just curious.
Finally, and this is the most alerting because he had tenure and should not have wanted to leave. Your homeroom teacher.
I knew it. I knew that substitute teacher was for nothing.
Is missing.
Anyway.
And he's have House of Blue, as you all know. And so our wonder is, do you all believe, because you're close with your homeroom teacher, and maybe you knew these other students, maybe you didn't, that this is a house-affiliated crime, or this is being done by someone outside of the houses seeking vengeance on all 5 of the houses, or perhaps just the 3 that they were seeking that went missing: House of Blue, House of White, and House of Green. We are looking into it. I know it seems very strange to ask students about it, but you all have a close connection with at least the last person because he has been your teacher this whole week, or this whole first month and a half of school. Also, I will point out they were all men. I don't know if that means anything, or if that is an... I would assume that there's a meaning behind that. And I'm not supposed to really share this with anyone, but to give you full knowledge, the only thing we found in their abodes was a pile, well, not even a pile, more like strewn about ashes.
Interesting.
Is all of Class C here, or is it just the
No,
6 of us?
the dean went to go speak with the other 6, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we get some insight on, like, whether her inquiries are sincere / honest, or if she has any kind of other intent?
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
26.
Whew. Yeah. You haven't met Liliana before, but you do know that she's like one of the greats. She has been here basically for... It's actually a very widely rumored thing that she's unable to die because she is quite old, and she's been here for quite some time, still being quite old, that she may not age, or she may have some sort of magic that sets her apart from mortality. But you don't believe in this moment that she has any inquiry as to, like, hey, do y'all know the answer to this so I can kill you if you do? Like, it's nothing like that. She's sincerely concerned about her fellow teacher and about her students going missing. She also seems almost shaken underneath the facade of her, like, being prim and proper, that this could happen at her school. You know that there are a lot of jokes spoken that the dean is the dean because he is the son of the archwizard who mastered all 5 colors and whatnot. But Liliana's the one who really runs the show. And so you're not totally certain, you know, but she seems like she's taking this very personal.
Okay.
What about Houses Black and Red? Have they contributed to helping this effort?
We have not told anyone from Houses Black or Red. Or anyone
She
from
looks
the
her
other...
up and down pointedly.
Yes, that's fair. I am of House Black, but I know that I have no intentions of killing these 3 children, or at least 2 children and this adult. But I do not know the same of some of my kin. And so if House Black has it out for every other house to prove a point, I am not going to go back to my house meeting and let them know. And just to say this as like a world building thing, you would all know that each of the houses have their own respective like monthly like meeting where all families show up, at least one representative of every family, kind of to speak, because it's familial in a way, but it's also, some of them are like distant cousins at this point because of birth lines and whatnot, and so it is also like a business in that sense that they have like their own responsibilities. But so she says, no, I have not told anyone from House Black, and I would not tell anyone from House Red either. They are prone to anger, they are hasty in their decision making, and it would not end well. We've informed them, the houses themselves, that one of their children has gone missing, or that the teacher went missing. But we have not told them that there's any sort of connection or path between these 3, because that would just make them prone to get angry at the other houses. Or my biggest fear is that this started with House White or something, and now House Black has retaliated, or House Green has retaliated, or that there's some sort of civil war brewing, which we had to face off about 150 years ago.
I have a question.
Yes.
Brian. I mean, Mag.
Dungeon Master,
Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master, sir.
So, our homeroom teacher of the House of Blue,
Yes.
how strong do we think they are?
Roll me a...
Would this be like an insight check?
Yeah, I'll let you choose between insight or just flat arcana for, like, understanding, like, his arcanic abilities, because he was a mage.
Also, how close were we actually with them?
You weren't super close. Like, he was always available, and he was pretty nice to y'all when you came back from the whole Shadowfell thing. He believed you about the whole time skip thing when very few people did. But, like, it's not like he was your dad away from home or anything like that.
So he's not like Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, no.
I see.
Dude was a god.
One.
Dude was a god. Like, this is a mass murderer, and he could kill anyone at any given moment.
Oh, gosh.
You see Hughes sweating begins to pick up.
Hey, hi.
Hey, what?
We don't need flumps here.
Well, it's fine. I got it. It's fine. But if we see this guy, we're gonna need all the flumps we can get.
Okay, but now run out.
All right.
The flumps?
Stomach in your butt.
The lovely lady flumps?
Yeah, the lovely lady.
I like to imagine that you fart them out. At least that's what Molly thinks. Molly thinks you fart them out.
Is she okay, hold on. For context, is she like grossed out about it, or is she just like, oh, that's kind of weird?
No, she's like, please keep it under control.
Okay.
She's like, as a healer, because that's like the healer fate. As a healer, she's a little intrigued because she's like, I don't know how that's coming out of you, especially your butt.
Oh no.
Wait, we got a zone of truth, so now you can't lie about it.
She thinks it's a little icky.
Okay. Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Sorry.
Jeez, are you sure you're not a windbreaker?
All right, sorry to derail you there, Dungeon
No,
Master.
you're
but
fine.
I was curious about the strength level of our homeroom teacher.
Is there a huge windbreaker in this class?
Yes, yeah. So you would assume that he's quite powerful.
Okay.
Thank you for answering that, Judge. I was about to... The Zone of Truth does nothing.
Well, I mean, right now, yeah, it doesn't do anything.
It was a joke anyway.
It's a joke, guys. You got a joke.
It's
What's a
fine.
joke?
No, Countess asked what all the channel point things do. So
Oh,
Sorry. Sometimes I joke and it really bothers Mag, so
No, you're
so
fine.
it
I was
happens.
just letting her know that it doesn't actually, cast the spells or anything on those, because that'd be cracked.
I was gonna say that would be cheating.
So we
So-
have a mystery.
Yeah, we don't want chat to give us the ability to like.
You're right, Scooby-Doo. We have a
murder
mystery
each
on our
other.
hands.
let's get back to the conversation.
Mm-hmm. So she's just kind of looking expectantly. She said she'd give you a moment to talk. She said if she needs to leave the room and you want to discuss anything, she'll go ahead and leave for a moment.
Yeah, Countess. I appreciate you looking for our input. While I'm not exactly sure why you think that we would know the answers here, do you have any suspicions yourself at this time as to what the connections may be?
She looks down for a moment. She says, well, like I said, it could be one of the other houses, or it could be some outside exterior individuals.
I mean,
She's gonna roll an insight on all of you, just to see if you're trustworthy, because she hasn't met you as students yet.
Hugh's not gonna
Pretty
mention
good.
Corbin's name until someone else does.
Okay.
So.
Well, it's more like what can she say to you all that is like really protected information. So I will ask you all. I rolled a 27 on her insight check. So if you think your character would genuinely not say anything if she was to give some huge secret, tell me that they would not say anything. If you think they would, just be honest about it, because she can see through your lies at this point.
I think Asher would be pretty trustworthy.
Yep.
Yeah, Molly's not gonna say anything. She wants to get to the bottom of everything.
I was like, I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, same. Sage is like, if you knew the secrets that I knew.
Yeah, he wouldn't intentionally
There's a
reveal
little
anything.
there's a little risk management there.
Conflicted, but he definitely wants to keep his brother updated on everything.
Gotcha. Celine.
I feel like she's not a snitch, but at the same time, she doesn't have any plans on sharing it. It's just from me knowing her, if the time were right and it were in her favor, she would do it.
Okay. She understands that. She kind of looks you all over for a moment and she says, young Asher, could you cast your famed spell? I am not of clerical nature, but I would like you to trust me that what I'm about to say is the truth.
Well, funny that you ask that, because I was planning on casting that earlier until I rolled an insight of 26 and thought you were trustworthy already.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
but
that.
I'd be happy. I'd be happy to, man.
Okay. So everyone
so
is
I-
going to be inside the zone because of the size of this room. So,
Yes.
but luckily Asher's the caster, so he knows if you're the ones that are lying, not anybody else.
All right, was it wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom save on Asher's wisdom.
So
But you
know,
can
it's a
also
charisma saving throw.
Oh, was it charisma? Oh,
Yeah.
I apologize.
But you
Yeah.
can also just choose to fail if you don't care. But
Oh, I got a 5.
okay.
I'm just curious what I got. I got a 9.
Okay.
Right. We're all gonna learn some things today about each
Not that I was
Alright,
planning on
alright.
like overwriting it or anything, but
Yeah, for sure.
I have a +6 to a
Is
wisdom save.
everyone choosing to fail?
Yeah, is everyone who didn't roll the save choosing to fail?
Oh, what?
Are we
Sorry.
No.
Doing music.
Roll a wisdom saving throw if you want to resist the zone
Charisma
of
save.
charisma
Charisma
saving
save.
throw to resist the zone of truth. I cannot speak.
Charisma saving?
Yes.
I thought it was wisdom.
I thought it was too.
I had already-
No, y'all can keep
Because
your
I
rolls.
understand.
Y'all can keep your rolls. Just change your stat that it's based on.
Well, apparently Sage can lie if he wants to.
Yeah, Sage can lie. I think Sherlock definitely can too.
Sherlock and Sage can lie
So
if they want to.
Celine, Sugar, and Hugh all cannot do the lies.
A nat 20 to everybody in chat.
But also, what does the Countess roll?
Oh, the
On
count.
the wrong roll.
The Countess will choose not to roll because I almost think that it would. She'd have to roll like a 7 or lower to fail.
So is she choosing to fail?
Yes, yeah,
And I would know that.
Correct,
Basically, like,
yes.
I would know that she's giving into the roll.
correct.
Giving into the. Okay.
She looks at you all and says, "Have you ever heard a tale of a inner workings within noble society, even within the school? There are these individuals who believe that the nobility is all that deserves magic, and also believe that if anybody ever tries to bring about a change to that there will be a second war on magic. It's some sort of, I guess, occult is the best way to describe it." And she draws on the tape, not on the table, but on a large piece of parchment she has in front of her, the very similar symbol that you've all seen of this, what looks like a closed eye with a rune over the front of the closed eye. She says, "We don't know what they call themselves, and we don't know who they are, but we know they're sprinkled throughout noble society, all the houses. And we know that they are the reason that magic has never been found outside of the noble world. You all are not the first children to develop magic. You're just the best at keeping your mouth shut about it. When other children see that they have magic and start to tell their families or their friends or anyone within the rings and are found out by them," and she points at the symbol again, "they dispose of those individuals. Luckily, you 6 came here well, you 6 and the other 6, came here without either revealing your secrets or by having people who you trust well enough to know those secrets not share them with whoever these people may be. But let me warn you, you all are as good as dead before you walked into these halls.
Oh, okay.
Now you've been known, you are known as the first 12 students to develop magic. And if you go missing or are killed, there's an obvious problem with that. At least in their eyes. At least my intellectual mind says that. So, I believe you're safe from their wrath, but I do not believe anyone you love or anyone else who may develop magic will ever be safe from them. Let me break even further into truths that I have not dare told anyone. Not every noble is born with magic. There is a procedure that takes the perfect balance of mist, refined of course, and surgery to instill magic in the bloodline of an individual who may have been born without. Yes, young Q, I do believe that that is what happened to you, but in a much more relegated way. Your magic is not controlled, and it's very interesting.
I almost drowned. I did drown. Okay.
She says, that's good to know. Thank you for the follow, PogChap. But I'm saying all this to you because I trust you all, and if you wish to share this with others, that's okay, you can. But this society that we are built upon, I say you can, I would prefer you not, but you will do what you will do, I've said it now. But we have a society built on the understanding that noble blood comes with magic, and that's a lie. And I'm not behind that. I'm not someone who agrees with that lie existing. I'm someone that has been unable to find the people who are persistent upon this lie existing. I've been around for a very long time. Back in the day when this place was created, we called them diamond lickers and made fun of them for what they did. But whatever powers or magic they have to track these individuals born of magic and destroy them, I fear that a one Corbin Simic is working for them. And that he may have... And that he have... that he may have sent something after these individuals at the school. That is why I truly came to you all.
Well, now that you've said his name, I think it's safe enough to say that we have encountered this Corbin Simic ourselves. But I also question this group of people who got kidnapped or whatever. The children who had powers. Do you think that may have anything to do with the first exam that we had at the school, where all of us lost about 4 days of our lives, and also some of us, like our friend Hugh here, even lost parts of their bodies?
Yeah. Corbin owes me an ear, and I'm gonna collect.
You have your ear.
I know, but never.
No, I don't believe that was Corbin, at least. It may be the same group, but I don't think so. That's she will.
Yeah, I feel like we're not 100% safe. We've definitely been targeted by
No,
somebody.
certainly. I'm saying that group will not target you, though. And you watch as the room begins to shake around you.
Uh-oh.
And...
Quake! I get under the table.
Okay. Sherlock, you see as things start to unthread around you, and you are pulled to this balcony over a mystical world of highly intelligent technology. Things are floating with blue magic spinning through them. There are things that look like small helicopters off in the corner. And, like, real helicopters is the word that I would use. And she...
Just Sherlock has seen this?
You're all seeing this. This is just... I said, Sherlock noticed the magic around him was, like, something he'd never noticed before. But you're all taken to this place. And she says, welcome, all, to one of my many planes of travel, Kalasham. Home of technology. It's actually where we got the idea for some of the things we've been building recently, updating the world. My name is Illiana, better known as Illiana of the Veil. And I am a planar traveler.
Hello, Illiana of the Veil.
You have been thrust into a different reality, yes. And I will thrust us right back. Do not be feared. Do not go away from this balcony. You would not be safe. But, as you can see, I just wanted to prove to you all that I am trustworthy. I'm what's called a planeswalker. And, I believe that some of you are probably the best hope that this twisted world we come from has at any form of freedom of magic and freedom of belief and freedom of I don't know, just the ability to think what you want, to know that whatever you want to do, you can be that. You could learn magic. For instance, and she looks at Sherlock, she says, nothing amazing happened to you. I will give you that Asher is built of fire and made from the blood of something that is not of this plane. The same goes for Molly. Hugh was dipped in a...
It's news to me.
Well,
but go on.
Well, you're. All I'm saying is that you're not a normal born child. Something about you is different. Hugh was dipped in a vat of mist and barely survived. Sage is of a noble house, and Celine is, well, I'm still not sure about that myself. But what I'm saying is, Sherlock, you developed your magic through study. You, like any wizard does, on any plane. However, we are concreted in our mind, in our plane, that people can't learn magic. But I felt a spark last night. Some child in the outer districts performed magic for the first time through study. It's happening, but I fear that he is not safe, because if I felt that spark and they have someone that feels the spark too, that he may be a target to them.
Celine's eyes grow wide and she looks at Sherlock, automatically knowing who's doing this.
Is there a way that person can also be protected?
Bring him to the school. I can protect him. I don't care who immolated who, but I will. If anyone wants to try to kill me, it will be... She kind of chuckles to herself. Says, it won't be the first time, but it will be their last time. And she looks at you all, and you watch as the world starts to shift violently around you again.
Earthquake!
And you're back in the college, like, not dorm, but you're back in the, like, co-ed room.
Am I under the table still?
Yes, you are still under the table. But she looks
what
at
you're
you.
saying is that the rules in this place
don't apply to us.
It's not that they don't mean anything. It's that they're not real. They are
Okay.
They're manuscripted by those who won.
Don't worry. I understand.
I don't know that you do, Hugh.
That's fine.
He doesn't.
Don't worry about it. Just move on.
Okay. But I say this all to you to say that I'm going to give you some advice, I suppose. Be smart, be quick, be strong, of course. But don't listen to those who would tell you that it's not your place to do something if you feel that it is your place to do it.
We're going to be doing a lot of stuff.
You.
And don't... If you feel like this school is dragging you down, don't feel a necessity to stay here. I teach here because it's what I love to do. But I will say that this school is twisted in many ways, just like the refuge was. Not similar ways, not child abuse or manipulation of man, but in its own way, we're taught something. That we're better because we're noble born, or that we are superior because there are people below us, or whatnot. And that's not just this school, obviously, but you will never be given a fair chance at this school. I'm not telling you to drop out. I'm even telling you to fight it and to do your best. I know you're able to, and I do trust that you are able to hold yourselves up. If a mage hunter truly came after you, or very less, did you say 3 mage hunters came after you all on your first day? You are very skilled. And she locks eyes with you all and she says, the one thing I haven't figured out, she's kind of shifting through you all, is which one of you is a planeswalker as well.
What do you mean?
Oh.
You went to the Shadowfell out of self-preservation as you were running from something trying to kill you, as you were running towards something trying to save your friends. You shifted everyone towards the Shadowfell, and she says, and I do not know which one of you it was, but it was astounding.
How would we find out which one of us it is?
That's the problem. You wouldn't. Planar shifting until you have a knack for it or have trained as much as I have only happens in sheer emotional moments. Something that could have either killed you or someone you loved. It depends. For me, it was the moment I died that I planar shifted.
You're dead?
Not anymore. No, I'm not. But that's what caused it. For some others that I know, it's seeing a loved one about to be pierced through the heart. I have a dear friend named Gideon who, not really a friend, but an acquaintance named Gideon who became a planeswalker after he fought an army's worth of men to try to save his people. And as they all fell in his arms, he screamed and tore open a shift to another world. It happens for everyone in different ways, but it's a very particular ability, and it means a lot. This world's magic is nearly dead. And so, if even one of you is a planeswalker, you'll have a heavy price on your head, and you could be what ushers in a new era.
Is there a way for us to test ourselves and see if one of us...
That's a question for yourselves, I suppose. If you would like to throw yourself from a building and see if crumpling your bones is what makes you plane shift, you could.
Is that a particular color of magic?
It's not. It's more relatable to Hugh's colors, and that's why I suspect him.
Well, I've already drowned once, so
I know.
I don't think it's me.
Well, we'll see, I suppose.
So I don't understand if you think that we have to go get the person who we might know that might be doing magic in the Outer Rings and bring him here to be safe, why wouldn't we be safe here?
I said I think you are safe here. No, yes, I do believe because your public knowledge, like, you are not, like, they, unless they were to slowly pick you off one by one, it would become very evident that someone does not want there to be children from the Outer Rings with magic, which then would make so much more sense why people's kids go missing, and why people's friends go missing, and why people's memories are tampered with.
Wait.
Yes.
Whose memories have been tampered with?
Well, I mean, if kids go missing and your friends go missing, you've got to do something with their memories, or you would have too many questions on your hand.
Have you heard of such magic?
Oh yes. It's not a particularly restricted type of magic. I think it's very uncouth, but it's a blue magic. The ability to modify one's memories. It's a high level. It's powerful magic.
Question to the DM: can we tell what color each other's magic is?
Yes, yeah. You each have like an aura about you. Asher's white, Molly's green, Hugh is rainbow, you are black, Sage is red, and Sherlock is blue.
I thought we agreed mine was red.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, you're right. Molly's red, Sage is green. That's right.
I was like, wait a minute.
Time out.
Wait a minute, you think my chaotic ass is not red?
No, you're right. You're very chaotic. I actually might have those wrong in the wild magic, like in the... No, I do. I have them right. No, I don't. I have red magic Sage. I'll have to fix those later. Either way. But yeah, you do know what people's colors are. It's very evident. You even know like what other students are, because it's like this whole aura that like appears around you when you cast.
Okay. Well,
Sherlock, you gave him the book. You gotta go get it back.
I mean, he already knows. He's got to come here.
He's gotta come
But he
here.
can't get here. How's he supposed to?
talking
Celine,
about Corbin.
we gotta bring him
Oh.
here.
No, Coda.
My brother.
That's right.
We gotta bring him here. Can't just
Hey, do you
leave him
guys
there.
want to take a pee break before it gets too late?
Certainly. Yeah, we will
Oh,
take a
good.
restroom break. And we're back, everybody. Okay, so at the end of this exposition from Liliana, you all are brought back into this plane of existence. And she is just kind of sitting there, kind of waiting for your responses, any opinions you have, input.
Woo! We're dropping out of school.
Nah,
I'm almost not gonna like this.
Okay.
I don't want to drop out of school. But
Overruled.
It's a lot of information.
yeah, this is like, I knew it was a thing, but I've like never seen it or actually hear anybody talk about it before.
Yeah, like out of character, aside from like facing Corbin, we know pretty much just about as much as she does, right? Like we don't know. Like, have we gotten information that tells us the answers to any of the things that she asked?
Are you asking me as the DM who has all omnipotent understanding, or are you just asking your fellow players?
I guess both. Basically, just like if there's information that we as characters have gotten that I'm just not remembering.
I will say that you were told that there is a villain called the Sun out there, and the one that was called Mist was literally Mist. So if they found 3 piles of ashes, you may have a brain blast on that connection. But other than that, not
that
really.
the sun is like running around
Sun.
incinerating people?
Possibly.
Yeah, fire.
Ah.
Cool.
Well, have we
Death by fire.
discovered any crimes that would be related to like other elemental things such as mist, or only people being burned?
Just the burning.
Yeah.
Just the burning. Well, what's the next step then?
I don't know.
Oh,
Did we tell her about us facing? We told her that we faced Corbin.
yeah.
Do we tell her about the mist and the sun that we've heard about?
I mean, she already knows about the refuge too, so.
Well,
Yeah.
she knows that because innately, it's kind of, since it was part of the job that y'all were sent on by the school, there was a lot of paperwork that you had to fill out, that Sherlock had to fill out. And I don't feel like Sherlock is that much of a redactor. Probably.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
true.
probably just spilled the whole story, and so that's something that she's read over already. And so that's not because anybody told. So anything that maybe didn't seem crucial or that wasn't part of your actual quest via the school, Sherlock probably wouldn't have included. So
She mentioned cutting up, right? Like surgical.
Mm-hmm.
And we know for a fact within the group that there was in the refuge all that surgical stuff.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And she also mentioned the memory thing, which Sherlock, Celine, and I all kind of could possibly link to what's happening with Celine and their crew.
I feel like
Well-
that's exactly how Molly would say it too. She's just like threading words together.
I know. Her brain's trying to work, man. She's also sipping a Capri Sun that she got out of nowhere.
I guess my question is, are we bringing her into the loop? Like, are we filling her in on the stuff that we know in relation to this?
I mean, I feel like we need to.
I mean, she
That's-
did choose
You
to
already know
fail
most
the
of it.
zone of truth, so
She also took us to
But we
somewhere
really need to let someone
positive that nobody else has been able to go to. So
she could have just teleported us into a fire pit if she wanted to, I assume. Welcome to hell.
Well, so yeah, basically, I'm like, well, I have placed us in this zone of truth. So, if anyone has any truths they would like to speak and share with the Countess, please feel free to do so.
I think I want to mention the kids we found.
Okay.
Cedric and can't remember the other two.
Oh, the mutated ones, like the full.
The mutated ones.
Okay, gotcha.
Because she's gonna know, she's the oldest person at the school. She's gonna know, or she's gonna at least have access to the records of these kids going missing. Man, I can't lie or anything, or not tell everything. Well, I guess I don't have to tell everything.
So technically, with Zone of Truth, you can quite literally just either keep your mouth closed or like be very restrictive in what you say, but what you say has to be the truth. So
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is like technically, like whatever you say cannot be a lie, but
Yeah.
like that doesn't mean you didn't omit something or whatever.
Yeah. I think I would bring them up, but I wouldn't say when we found them.
okay.
But I would definitely mention like healing them to the point where like they told us that they went to the school, their names, they
Oh yeah, the fact that like they were like students from several years ago.
Yeah. So
yeah, I
as
mean,
you
we already had
elaborate,
these other 3 people go missing. I mean, we just found 3 other people on our own travels, and now we're hearing about 3 more people. And
yeah. So she, as you elaborate and kind of explain, she kind of pulls out this large almanac type book. It's hefty. She pulls it out of her bag, kind of Mary Poppins style, And she looks up the names and she says, well, sure enough, they were assumed as abandoned school. That's troubling.
Do you know what types of magic they had, and if it has any connection with the specific colors?
She looks through their books here. She says, well, the boy you said has super strong legs but no arms. He was a red mage. And the other two were both of my family, the black family. So that would make me assume that they are not color specific, because that covers all 5 boxes. Interesting. She says, okay, well, you were open with me, and I was mostly open with you. And she hands each of you these, like, dark inlaid coins that don't look like any sort of currency. And she says, keep this on your person, and you watch as she kind of walks into a wall and just kind of vanishes.
Oh, 9 3/4 style.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Like, no, she just literally just walked into a wall.
Just walked in the wall.
And she kind of she reaches back through the wall and gives you like one of those, like, beckoning.
I guess we follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my little coin.
1, 2, 3, come with me.
Oh god.
Please don't.
Come with me to a second location.
That's a wall.
Yeah.
Follow
Is she just
me
gonna keep
over
taking
here.
us to weird places?
Oh, no.
As you step through or breach this wall, you all find yourselves in
New map, new map.
Quart.
Map?
a new map.
A new
What?
man
I got
touches the beacon. Y'all should be able to
What if
see
I-
it. Can you?
What if we get really
No.
meta and we go to each of our bedrooms?
I can see it on the stream.
Oh,
Can you see
Yeah,
it
I
now?
cannot see it on roll 20.
Dang it.
Whoa.
I will refresh.
I'm gonna refresh it again too. Yeah.
I have black screen.
I'm working on
And
it.
In roll 20, I still got the old map.
I still have black screen. While you fix everything, I'm gonna eat my meal from back
Oh, there it is.
here.
There it is. There it goes.
I couldn't even promo it, man. God.
It is a very cool and colorful map.
As
my.
she welcomes you in, she says, "This is a place that has not been used for quite some time. About 30 years ago, I had a troop of students that I trusted greater than the others, and they asked for a place of their own. They worked very hard to build this place up." And she kind of takes you around. To the right here, you see this room that looks like it's filled with, like, old, tattered, like, fighting things. And you watch as she steps on one of these circular discs on the ground, and as she does, you hear, like, the fling of a mechanism as 3 discs fly out toward her, and she uses a magical shield to, like, protect herself. And she says, this is their training room. And she goes back into this area and takes you all with her. Says, this is the mess. It's quite messy right now. Like I said, this has not been used for 30 years. You may want to clean up. This was their planning room / who assumed leadership got this bed, I assume, is how they did that. But they would have meetings in here. In this back room was anything that they... Oh, there's a skeleton in here. Sorry. Was anything that maybe they needed to...
Over.
a prison?
Yes, of sorts. She points to the 4 outer cages and she says, these don't have any magical wards on them or anything, but if you're able to capture a mage of sorts, these three inner cages will seclude their magic from them.
Subdue.
I said what I said. I
You almost said seduce.
I did. I was about to say that. Yes, but yes, they will subdue their magic. And then over here,
It's inappropriate.
I raise my hand.
yes.
No.
Is that an eyeball
Where?
Right here.
in the
next to
center of the room?
cages.
Oh, and she
Certainly
she
looks like an eyeball.
She looks up and she says, "Oh yes," and it's kind of floating above. That doesn't need to be as graphic as they designed it to be. It's basically something that allows
There's
them.
one in the training room too.
Yes, that's one of the training mechanisms, but this one is basically once you get to the point of your ability to cast any sort of divination spell to peer upon someone, you can use it on these devices and not need to make any sort of check in D&D terms. These are both divination eyes that allow you to divinate on them without having to make a roll or anything, because you're personally understood to this be your location. This is actually the kitchen over here.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is the pantry. And then over here is the rest of the bedrooms. You are free to still stay in your rooms if you prefer. They just liked having this place where they could call to arms. Each of your coins is what allows you in here. If you don't have it on you, or you lose it, or somebody takes it from you, you will not be able to get back in here. Pretty much any solid wall on the school grounds, let me add, will get you here if you walk through it with this coin. But you're going to want to not be seen when that happens. She looks at Hugh.
Oh.
Broom closet.
Just
Fair
go to the
enough.
bathroom first.
Yes, that sort of situation.
In a
Alright.
stall.
Oh. Okay.
But you all can name this place whatever you want to once you've got yourselves an established name. I hear they still call you the Undesirables. You may want to work on that.
We just take the un off. We're the desirables.
It
We're
sure
the-
seems like we're highly desired now.
Molly and the Pussycats.
We're the college dropouts.
Molly.
Nope.
Yeah.
That is copyright infringement.
Oh, okay.
No.
They have their own D&D
Oh shoot!
show.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That'd be so funny. So at this point, she says, "I'll leave you all to it. Me and a few other teachers who are aware of this place can also come in here, and some of them might make themselves known to you at any given time. You also can, of course, bring someone with you, one person with you each, when you're holding the hand of someone."
Oh, holding hands.
She looks at you
Anyway,
with
keep
a
going.
wink.
Keep going. Keep going.
Cough. All right.
The last thing she does is,
Put your hand down.
yes, Asher.
No, she forces his hand down.
Important question.
Yes.
Is this one of those situations where, let's say, as we're partway through the wall, and we happen to either drop the coin or perhaps let go of the hand that we are holding, do bodies get stuck in the wall or get cut in half or anything of that sort?
That's a real important question he's asking right here.
So with most magics that let you transport through things, you will just be shirked to whichever side you have the most of your body on, and then you will be heavily injured with different pressures.
So it's not fun.
No, it is not fun, but it is not instant remorse of death.
Fair enough. All right.
Bet I could do it. All right.
You already lost an ear.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't want to lose.
You lost.
Like he puts his ear up to the wall to listen to something, but he forgot he has the coin and he like falls partway through.
Yeah. Hey, that's another good question. Does this gonna can I not touch walls now?
Your
Is that
intention
a
must
thing?
be to travel to the.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I can't just accidentally lean
Fall
against the
in,
wall and just.
From
go
now on, the whole
through it.
party cannot touch walls.
And once again,
And
and
really-
this is from the DM's perspective, this will not get you back to this place any wall. It has to be on campus. That would be extremely busted. You would have fast travel, and I won't allow it. So,
And
Which
really,
means we will never be back in this room.
I also assume that whenever we exit the room, we just go back to where we have initially
correct.
entered.
Yeah, your initial exit is your initial enter is your exit.
Okay.
It's
Are
basically
floors really just the walls, but on the ground? No?
That's what
All right.
cobblestone is.
Although I don't know, like maybe if you were like you were suddenly falling and you wanted to activate like the floor to send you into the room or something.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
What if?
she rolls her eyes. Yes, Molly. Go
But
on.
who's putting that hand up now?
Oh, I don't put my hand up, I just shout. What if we're at the corner of a room and I'm holding Hugh's hand and Hugh's holding my hand and we both try to go through the wall at the same time?
Do you both have coins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, but who's gonna go through first?
There's a large opening
Hey, guys.
about 20 feet wide.
I just had another idea for a name. What if we call this place the Court of Light?
Ooh.
I like that.
I like that.
I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
The Court of Light. I will rename the map.
Court as in C-O-R-U-T or court as in...
Q-U-A-R-T.
U-A-R-T, yeah. It's
Like
just,
what other
it's,
spelling of court do you know?
Yeah.
it's a court. It's a court light.
In a fort.
It's a quart
Sure.
of
I hate
light.
you. I hate you.
Oh. like lights a liquid. I got you. All right. Okay. Cool. Sorry.
Or it's a court light, like it's a car missing.
Tommy, I love you.
The
Court light.
404 not found was rotating a couple times before I got there. I was like, is he talking about quartz? Like the rock?
And she says,
The rat.
does that make you all court knights or light bringers or light knights or...
A court night. That's my favorite video game.
Yeah.
Court night.
I gotta go.
Light.
I pull out my coin.
Starts banging on the walls.
Yeah.
Looking for soft
Oh.
spots.
I
could
like
be-
Lightbringers.
Yeah, Lightbringers is good.
Lightbringers.
Lightbringers feels like something that is a thing already.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like something's a thing already.
Pints.
Well, you don't have to have a name for yourselves. I was just wondering what...
We're light pints.
You know.
Because it's a quart of light. You break down a quart.
The Light
Light Knights.
The Lightbringer is a book series by Brent Weeks.
There you go.
If you just Google Lightbringers, it's like multiple things.
Oh, really?
It's like it's a Halo thing, it's a Christian thing, it's a Warhammer thing.
Okay, so it is free territory. Yeah. Lightbringers is okay.
The Warriors of Light.
That's a Final Fantasy thing for sure.
Oh yeah.
I also think that's a She-Ra thing.
Definitely a Kingdom Hearts thing, by the way.
Now, Light Knights, that seems like it might not be taken.
Yeah.
Light Night.
Light night.
What if we spell it
Light.
L-I-T-E?
What if what if we're the
Light
Night Lights but like with a K?
Light Lights. Ooh, yeah.
I like that.
This
The
would be
teachers...
good.
Countess is just standing there like,
Well, what?
Missing people and these children.
Liliana Meadowlark.
furiously waiting for these kids to figure out what their name is.
She is. She's just like, okay.
I gotta go.
I don't have classes to teach.
Patches that we can have on our jackets.
Hey, our homeroom teacher died.
I know.
Be the Upright Citizens Brigade.
We need a little bit more attention, okay?
Well,
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
you all figure out what you want to call yourselves, I will start listing you under that instead of just Class C.
My name is Sage.
She's not deaf, Sage.
Oh. Well, she said we couldn't figure out what her names were, so I just
No,
thought I'd help.
Our group.
I can cast deafness.
Oh, okay. You can cast deafness. Why didn't you use that when I was trying to deafen Corbin? Corvin with the thunderclap, huh?
We get
Thatcher.
to choose our spells.
Yeah, every long rest.
I did have it prepared for a bit actually, but I think I've unprepared it now.
I have
Wait
shatter
till you get
still.
silence.
I'm never getting rid of that.
Oh, I loved silence.
Silence, good.
I didn't use it. I didn't use it enough, but I loved it.
It's very good in a campaign of Magic because you have to be able to cast your verbal
I'm gonna
components.
start casting it on Molly every day.
You know what? I'll just hellish
So the
rebuke you.
silence battles begin.
Sherlock wants to move in down here because he likes to be a recluse. So this is just immediately a no-brainer to him.
Okay.
Molly's ready to Molly's ready to decorate.
Okay.
Do we still pay room and board if we are living down here?
Your room and board was never something you paid for, so you're good.
Okay.
Also, guys, I hate to tell y'all this, but I've kind of been slacking on one of my features here.
Oh no.
Well, really,
Which is?
really two of them, but one of them's more important than the other.
Which is?
I have Chef. As part of a short rest, I can cook special food for 7 creatures. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 more hit die gets an extra 1d8 hit points.
Which is gnarly because literally that means that with that and his Song of Rest, y'all can get like 3 hit die plus like on 1 hit die. Like, that's insane.
I'll give him full bellies if you give him full souls. And
My Goliath paladin in my game has Chef too. He's always like, I'm gonna make a meal.
So you're like Brock? How like
from
they
yeah.
stop Brock.
Yeah, he just pulls out the pot. You're like, where'd you get that from?
Now he's got a wrench and a pot.
Yeah.
That's the WAP.
That is the WAP.
Is there macaroni in it?
No, it's just a wrench and a pot.
I had keto chorizo mac, but I ate it.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Sounds really
Ooh,
good.
that was good. That was good.
Everybody go check out our factor sponsor.
I just ate the horseradish roast beef with mashed potatoes. It was good.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Well,
I'm gonna
with
make
the invitation to move into this new place and what I'm sure will be a total makeover, and you all have access, I'm going to leave this map open.
Yes.
For the whole week, if you want to draw or interact or anything like that. With this
I have
map.
a lot of time tomorrow.
Oh no, everybody's not safe. But I think that's probably where we'll call it for tonight. There was a lot of exposition. Sorry, no combat for all you combat lovers out there. That's just how it happens sometimes. I could have. But
that's my angry yell.
we appreciate
that was
you
my happy
all
yell.
so very much for hanging out with us. If you haven't, I know I just said it, but go check out our Factor sponsorship. There's 8 days left. Get it some cheap, not cheap, inexpensive food.
It's really good, actually.
It's actually quite delicious and very convenient.
It's very delicious.
Yes,
I bring it for lunch
Birthday,
yes, and happy birthday.
Ready?
to
We all
our-
should sing. Ready? 1,
Thank you guys again.
2, 3.
Happy birthday to
Put some
you.
feeling into it, guys.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Octo. Happy
I am very sad that I have to wait another 365 days to experience that again.
You don't. Just check out the VOD.
Yeah, check out the VOD and record it.
There we go. Like, this isn't going to be on TikTok.
No, this is definitely going on TikTok. Like, when your party loves your party so much. Okay. We're going to go raid.
When your party loves your bard so much.
We're going to go raid our friends over at Lord Gazumba. Let me check what they're up to, make sure that they're
What
not
a
in.
name.
Yeah, that's a name.
Lord
I love it.
Gazumba.
Lord Gazumba. That's an all business name.
That is a business
Dude, it almost sounds
name.
like a Dragon Ball Z name.
I always said his name
Yeah.
Gosumba. Is it Gazumba?
I don't have a clue. I just said a word.
Like Majin Buu or
Lord.
Yeah,
Mahjong.
exactly.
I don't know, I just
Before
said
we
a
can
word.
find the rest of the Dragon Balls, we have to visit Lord Kazumba.
Yeah.
I will say
No.
I do like the cameras because
Mhm.
Tommy was running a little bit late, but we were
Yeah.
still able to start.
Perfect.
We were all
Yes,
starting late.
great thing.
These
And the
cameras are
nameplates were
clutch.
cool.
Well, we can also
Actually-
change the types of the nameplates for like each person if we want to later. So
Yeah, that's nice.
Shout out to Red Mage.
Red Mage,
Yep.
the boy.
Red Mage!
Also, I just want to mention that Lord Katsuma sounds like a Zelda thing.
That does sound like a Zelda thing.
It could also be that, yeah.
Well, they are playing.
December.
They are playing their
Oh.
campaign that is on episode 954. They
That's wild.
they
Oh my
play
goodness.
in person with
That's awesome.
live. Like they build the maps and stuff themselves. So it's very
Nice.
interesting.
Oh.
So everybody go give them some love. We're gonna raid.
Yes.
Raid.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Happy freaking birthday, Oppo.
Thank you, dude. I have had such a good day today.